Welcome to our garden in Edinburgh, where I'm in conversation with my son, Cameron. Every week in this series, we've been drawing on teachers from the past and asking if they were with us now, what might they say to us? Today, we're going to be drawing on the wisdom of a young Scottish woman from the 20th century named Nan Shepherd. In many ways, she was like the female equivalent of John Muir. Her ecological consciousness anticipated some of the earth awareness of today. In the 1940s, early 1940s, Nan wrote a book called The Living Mountain, which is based in part on her experience of the Cairngorm mountain range at the heart of the Scottish Highlands. She wasn't able to find a publisher for the book, so she tucked it away in a drawer and didn't take it out again for about 30 years. It was somewhat quietly published in the late 1970s, but it is now something of a bestseller. There's hope for all of us as writers, I suppose. Nan sees her experience of the mountains as being like a pilgrimage. As she journeys into the mountain, she sees it also as an opportunity to journey more deeply into an awareness of her own self. As she describes the outer landscape of the mountain, she is at the same time exploring something of the inner landscape of the soul. Nan also sees the mountain as essentially one. It doesn't just consist of its hills, peaks, and glens. It consists of its rivers and streams and waterfalls. It consists also of its creatures on the earth of the mountain or flying in the air above. It consists of the snow, the mist, the wind that blows through the mountains. And when we are walking in the mountain, it consists also of us. Nan Shepherd thus develops a metaphor for the essential oneness or interrelatedness of the earth. She has so much to teach us today. The chapter that I particularly love, that I'd like to share a bit today, is her chapter on sleep. She very beautifully describes the experience of drifting in and out of sleep during a midday rest in the mountains. She describes a type of recapturing of pristine amazement at the world. In that moment of coming from sleep into partial wakefulness, we can sometimes see the world as if we've never seen it before. The pandemic has been a time when some of us have experienced more rest, literally more occasion for sleeping. For others, it has been a demanding time of increased energy at the front lines of healthcare. For others, it has been a time of real struggle and suffering and loss. But for all of us, I believe, it has been a time of letting go of the world we have known. As we approach what may be a waking up from the pandemic time and emerging out of this time, my prayer is that we will wake with a type of radical amazement to the world, almost as if we've never seen it before. That we may be more alert to the sacredness at the heart of one another and the earth, and choose to live and to act in ways that are shaped by that vision. This episode is going to be a bit extended. We're going to give a full 5 minutes plus to Cameron's recent composition entitled Sleep, inspired by Nan Shepherd's The Living Mountain. And it's going to include some of his footage from hiking in the Cairngorm mountain range.